Hey guys, welcome back to another hot topic in real estate. My name is Mavi and I'm here with G. Welcome,
What's up,
G.
guys? How's it going, Mav?
Good. How's everything going with you?
It's good, man. The market is interesting.
Yeah, market is interesting, guys. From last 3 weeks, whoever is buying a house, who's out there in the market looking for a house, you've probably seen the shift. Actually, this is now in favor of kind of buyers now.
It's an interesting one. Interesting is the right word because supply is still tight. Less than a month of inventory in Toronto, Peel, Halton, Durham. Less than 1 month inventory. Guys, for a balanced market, we would have 4 months of inventory. Just to put it in perspective.
And I think we have seen the shift now. It's kind of shifting if you have seen from last couple of weeks, I would say.
I think sellers have to be cautious.
Yes.
I like analogies.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like the yellow light, the traffic light.
Yep.
So some people are going to speed through.
Yeah.
And whatnot, and others are going to slow down.
Yes, actually, I think if you guys are thinking to sell your house, you really need to have a proper strategy. I think listing for low price, and then you're getting one of those big chunky offers. I think that would not work at this time, I would say.
I think a lot of regions we're seeing that's not working.
Yeah.
Especially in the last, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think part of that, guys, is March break. A lot of families that are looking for homes are taking time off with their kids.
Yep.
And at the same time with March break, we had the government relaxing the mask mandates and all that stuff. So people are like, you know what? I haven't been out in 2 years.
Yeah.
Let me get out.
Yeah.
So that's definitely part of it.
Yep.
You and I were talking earlier today. The big one nobody expected was the war.
The war, yeah. It's kind of playing a role, but I think there are other factors too. As we already told you guys, it's seasonal, so everybody's going on March break and they're just flying out with families and stuff, right? So that takes a lot of buyers out of the market, and all of a sudden, there are no buyers in the market. Right?
Yeah, I think there's buyer fatigue.
Fatigue, and people are already tired, looking for houses, and going into those bidding wars.
Yeah.
And there are other two interesting factors I see. Inflation, and the other one is interest rates.
We've been saying it for 2 months.
We've been saying, guys, that there's inflation is playing a big factor. As you guys have already seen, the prices are going out of the roof. Gas, food, rent.
Yeah.
Right. And this is playing a big factor in case of now we are in a very interesting situation. And you probably were mentioning about the interest rates as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think inflation, interest rates, we know they're kind of correlated.
Yeah.
I think the war's kind of playing into the inflation stuff because it is, as you guys know, since the war started, gas prices went from $1.50 to $2 almost a liter. We have that. Interest rates, the bond markets are going crazy. Fixed rates are close to 4% now. I think high threes. If you're looking at a fixed rate. Yeah. The U.S. bank just increased their central rate. Was it last week? And so we're going to see the Canadian bank follow suit. We already had 25 basis point increase last month.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see at least another 25 basis point, 0.25%, guys.
Yep.
Increase. So rates are going up. It's more expensive to borrow.
Yeah.
Inflation, as we've said, the gas pumps, the grocery prices, everything is up.
Yep.
And that obviously impacts affordability.
Yeah, affordability. Yeah. You can really, if the interest rate is going up, you cannot qualify for the price that you could qualify like 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's taking down the purchase power. So it's becoming now affordability crisis as well at the same time. If you look into that perspective, with the same sort of incomes, right? But everything has gone up.
Yeah.
So if you look at the budget sheet, like if your families, whatsoever, and it's kind of getting unbalanced. I think there's going to be a little bit correction. I think already market cracked like about 10%.
I think unofficially
yeah.
It has. We'll know more once we get the March numbers.
Yeah.
The first week of April. I think what we really have to be careful of, guys, is we're not saying it's crashed yet.
Yeah.
It's still a seller's market.
Yeah.
But Mavi, you mentioned this earlier. It's the strategy.
Is a strategy.
Should you price at what your realtor or your professional thinks is market value?
Yeah.
Or do you still do the underpriced method of holding offers, underpricing by 20%, and hoping that emotion takes over?
Yeah, I've been seeing this G in the market right now. Like actually, the holding offer is not quite but working out now. Because if you really think like somebody wants like 1.2 million and they list for 899, you might get like 9 or reach up to 1 million. You want to get like 1.2 or so, because there are not too many buyers in the market, and then plus we're seeing there's a little bit increase in terms of inventory.
Yeah.
So so you have less buyers, and then you have a little bit more houses now, right? And then those buyers get scattered.
Yeah. So if you're a buyer in this market, my opinion, it's a good time to start getting back in there. Really looking at homes. Call your lender, call your broker again. Lock in a rate.
Lock in the rate.
I personally right now, I think I would probably be taking a variable because the spread is much bigger. Because like we said, you're paying high 3s for a fixed rate. With a variable rate, you're under 2% still. So you're looking at a 1.5, almost 2% gap, which is big. And so try and get some price certainty on your rate through your lender. As a seller, like I said, that yellow light, that stoplight, be cautious. So really dig down with your realtor or the professional you're interviewing. What is the strategy? What are the real risks involved with each strategy? And what happens if that strategy doesn't work? Okay, so again, we say this all the time, every situation is unique. So if you've already bought, get your house on the market now, like right away, because we don't know if this is going to bounce back or not. If you haven't, you need to consider your situation. Do you now sell first to have certainty on your purchasing power? So again, get that first, second, third opinion.
It's always to get like more than one opinion, so you can really match different opinions, like what you have been told or what you have been hearing from different people, different realtors, and you can make it your decision, like what's the best you think for yourself, right? And to be honest, as we factored, like even though the market is shifting right now, so what's in there for the sellers and what's in there for the buyers? So
so listen, guys, market shifting a little bit, but homes are still more expensive than they were when we ended in 2021. Okay, so even if we have a 20% correction, that's going to put us at the end of 2021 prices. So this is not a bad market by any means. All we're saying is you really have to, again, tighten up what you're doing, your strategy. There's no more waiting. If you're ready to sell, a month ago you could have taken 2-3 weeks, get the house perfect. Now you really need to work with a true professional who can get their people in there, get your house ready in 3 days, and get on the market, because everything is changing on a weekly basis.
Usually real estate market used to be like more a little bit stable, everything is changing too quick, but now I feel like it's just one of those, it's just kind of becoming like a stock market, like the things are changing like pretty quick in a real estate market right now, right?
For fixed assets, it's moving pretty quickly.
It's moving pretty quickly. Otherwise, we just see more of the volatility in the stock market. But now it's just somebody who listed their house last week, right? and there was barely few numbers of showings.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, sellers are like freaking out. What happened?
Yeah. Actually, that's a very important point. As realtors, we need to now manage sellers' expectations.
Yeah.
Mavi mentioned what you got 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
If it sold for 1.5, you're probably not getting 1.5 anymore.
Yeah. Don't be stubborn, guys. So you have to change the strategy, and you have to let the seller know, like, what are we expecting in the market. Things are changing, so just keep in mind, and then see things as they are.
Yeah. And guys, this is really important. Again, you got to look at the big picture within your whole decision. So if you're selling, most people are selling because they're buying another home. Well, if you're making a little bit less on your sale, hopefully you're paying a little bit less on that buy as well. And if you're an investor, well, as long as your investment is up, instead of getting instead of getting a 200% return, maybe you're getting 180% return. There's nothing wrong with 180% return.
As long as you're not being greedy.
So again, just manage your expectations. Become a little bit more realistic about what's happening in the environment in terms of the market, and act accordingly. Right?
All right, guys. I think that's all about the market that we have seen in the market in last couple of weeks. Just wanted to guys give a update, and we'll be doing more updates on the market. Actually, what's happening in number of in terms of numbers, right? And as a house inventory, and what should be doing if you're looking to buy a house, or if you're thinking of selling a house. Obviously get like a couple opinions. Things are changing, and act accordingly. And if you guys like the content, please do subscribe and follow us on social medias. We always try to put in as much as information as we can. And just be real.
Exactly.
Just be real.
Please like us, subscribe. If you have questions, reach out. Our contact information's in the bios.